DJCAYNEBRO, that's me. Back again with another video. Rest in peace to Stephen Boss, aka Twitch, the dancing phenomenon, DJ phenomenon, entertainment phenomenon of the Ellen DeGeneres show, Dancing with the Stars, and I could just go on and on. He was only 40 years old.
We are starting today with some very sad news that has just absolutely rocked the entertainment world. The death of Stephen Twitch Boss, DJ Stephen Twitch Boss, who was incredibly popular as the DJ on Ellen DeGeneres' talk show for several years. 8 years he was her DJ, was also an executive producer on the show, but he was found dead on Tuesday in a hotel here in LA, and the reaction to this has been absolutely devastating, and it's because of the person that everyone in the public got to know Twitch as a fun-loving, incredible entertainer, a dancer. You know, obviously his big break in Hollywood was being the runner-up on So You Think You Can Dance, and from there he's gone on to do a lot of acting. But yes, Ellen was the thing where everybody, every day, on a daily basis, got to know and love him.
His wife, Allison, went to the police station yesterday. She was concerned. She said, look, he left home. He doesn't have his car. This isn't like him. It's out of character. And then around 11:15 a.m., paramedics got a call to a hotel that's less than a mile from his house. And he was discovered there that he had suffered an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, we know he checked into this hotel on Monday morning, so it was about 24 hours later when they got that call for paramedics.
He was on the internet dancing with his wife and kids and bringing smiles to people's faces around the world. This guy was just amazing. At the age of 40, he could bend and do moves that your average 20-year-old probably couldn't do. Like, this guy was amazing. Check out his videos. And from a self-inflicted wound, he has passed away on December 30th, reported in a Los Angeles hotel, again by a self-inflicted wound. His wedding anniversary was 3 days prior to this report. This is very sad. Like I said in my other video with Jason David Frank, you don't really know what's truly going on in people's heads. Smiles, the money, the fame, the attention, the views, getting everything that you would think would make somebody feel complete, feel whole. And you see it on the internet. The smiles on his page, all you see is smiles, happiness, dancing. But this guy obviously was going through something. To take your life having all this talent, all this fame, it has to have been a buildup. It just doesn't happen just like that. It has to be a buildup. Because somebody who's mature at the age of 40, who has been through it with a wife and kids, and you've been through it, this obviously was a buildup. Pray for your friends and family. If you think somebody's going through it, please call a suicide hotline. I've never had to call it myself, but I see it advertised all the time. And obviously it's working, but we need to take the initiative and use it. If you know somebody's going through it, take the initiative to try to get them on their suicide hotline. Or you can actually take this approach and just call them. You never know. A phone call could change somebody's life. If you have friends or family that you haven't spoken to in forever, you see some people online, people that you really know, and they post some kind of obscure stuff on the internet, you'd be like, hit them up in the DMs. Yo, bro, you good? You good? Can we get on the phone? The texting stuff is cool, but when you FaceTime somebody or call somebody, when they can hear your voice, you can hear somebody's emotions, you can hear how they really feel about you. Something about that voice, I'm telling you, it's better than just texting. Pick up that phone and call. You could be the guy that could break the mold, break this cycle of just being quiet and not being so reserved and being afraid to express how you really feel about your friends and family. If you really care about them and you see something going on, make the initiative to call. Christmas season's coming up. I feel that we should start picking up the phone and calling our friends. Quit sending these mass text messages. Merry Christmas. Start calling folks. So with that being said, I want to get into the next topic of this video, and that's therapy. So mental health has been a huge topic for the past few years, and I feel that that's a good thing. It should have been a topic from the beginning. Along with your physical health, I feel like mental health is very important. And therapy has been something that people have been encouraged to do a lot recently. Therapy, especially in my community, the Black community, is looked down upon. People think if you go to therapy, you must be crazy, you must be psycho, you need to go to a psych ward instead. But I've been to therapy. I've taken like 10 sessions, and I'll tell you, therapy is, I'm going to tell you my opinion of therapy because I think everybody should consider it. Okay, here's my thing about therapy. First of all, therapy, in my opinion, it is for everybody. Any and everybody can do therapy. Even if you are a therapist yourself, you can do therapy. If your life is going great, you can still do therapy. Life is in shambles. You feel down. Of course, you could do therapy. And it's for any and everybody, all ages, anybody. Second thing, it's not cheap. I'll just tell you that. If you don't have the right insurance, it's not cheap because it is a medical appointment. It is not cheap, but if you do have the right insurance, okay, maybe you can finesse and get something affordable. Also, I want to add in, if you do go to a big university or college, like, we're in Texas, let's say like UNT or some of these big universities, check in with the psychology department, psychiatric majors, the people that major in psychology, check with the dean of that school. And you might find that they offer free therapy and counseling sessions for their students. I went to school for 4 years and I didn't even know that till my last 2 years when I took a extra class or whatever. They were like, yo, if you're a student here, full-time student, you get 5 free therapy sessions every semester. And I was like, whoa. So a lot of people don't know about that. So yeah, if you go to university, check with your dean. The other thing I want to say is, a lot of the therapists that you do book, the sessions don't seem personal. So you sort of feel like another number. That's at least from my experience, because I took therapy with the program called BetterHelp. It was online therapy. Started doing it during the pandemic and whatnot. You sort of feel like you're a number. And I'll tell you why. One thing is, when I booked my therapist, I was very thorough looking, this lady seems like she was a good match, whatever, yada, yada, booked the session. The first session was about an hour long. We went overtime. It was supposed to be 45 minutes. We went to an hour and it was good. But what really got me was when we went over, she was really stressing it. We're going overtime. It's almost like she just trying to wrap it up. And I was feeling like I was expressing myself during that time. So kind of a turnoff. But then after that, the other sessions, I just noticed that she was like, and keep in mind, we're on FaceTime. Her head's moving around the screen. She was like, are you doing homework and talking to me on this therapy session at the same time? It just I didn't really feel like it was a very personal session. Her undivided attention definitely was not there. But she definitely wanted to make sure that we were on time, and that we were leaving on time. That was one thing that she did stress. Granted, I did learn a few things here and there, but it was some shit I probably could have Googled myself. So that brings me to my next point. Make sure you do thorough research on your therapist, especially if you are paying for it. Do thorough research. You might not find the right therapy. It might take you a whole 3, 4, 5 months to find the right therapist for your budget and for your cause. Okay, because there's so many therapists online and a lot of them are bullshit. I'm going to be straight up with you. Do not just take a therapist because they have a crap load of degrees. Do not choose a therapist because they're recommended on the website. That's bullshit. That's an ad. Look at the reviews. Read the reviews very thoroughly. Even if they have just a couple of reviews compared to another person that has like 10, 100, whatever reviews, really thoroughly look at the reviews on each therapy. Even if you use BetterHelp or whatever other therapy programs out there, these are online programs, the ones on BetterHelp. But if you happen to get one, you can meet somebody in person and you have a portal that has reviews, or you can look at their website or Google reviews. Look at those because those really will help you. I chose a couple therapists. The first one, whatever. The second one definitely was not worth the money. So I know that could be a huge turnoff because people do take therapy sessions, and I feel like a lot of folks run into the wrong therapist and they just tell everybody, yo, therapy's bullshit, didn't learn anything. That's why, because y'all are running into the wrong therapist. The right therapist is out there. Again, just take your time, do your thorough research, and check for the right therapist. And on that point, I want to attach another point to that. When you are looking for a therapist, this is just my opinion. I feel like this is just my opinion. This last point could be my opinion. I'd rather choose a therapist that resembles me. So race, background, somebody that can really understand me. For instance, if I choose a therapist that has very poor English, it's not going to work. I'm just going to be straight. It might work for you, but again, in my opinion, I'd rather have a therapist that speaks very fluent English, somebody that's cultured. So if I say some things that may come across as whatever, casual slang, they don't look at me like, what? One other thing, I do prefer somebody that's a little older than me, but not too much older. So let's say hypothetically I'm in my 20s. I'd like to get a therapist that's maybe in her 40s, not somebody in their 70s or 60s. Somebody that is in the, if you're 20, if you're 25 and you get a therapist that's like 35 or 45, they've been through enough, but they're close. They're not too far, but they're close enough to give you advice on what's going on. Somebody who's in their 60s has probably got grandkids your age. The conversation is going to be a little different. So that's why I'd rather choose a therapy. Preferably, let's say if I was 25, I'd rather get somebody that's like 35 as a therapist. And again, read the reviews. So another point I want to talk about is depression, because that ties into the whole therapy thing. People think that you're depressed, you didn't get therapy, and it leads to the self-inflicted wound. Subject, again, rest in peace to Stephen Boss, aka Twitch. Depression is an iffy topic, and I'm not going to talk too much about it on here because I'm not a depression expert, but I can say this. If you feel like you are down, consider therapy, not your friends. There's something, YouTube videos, I believe there's like free sessions online. I can't really think of good ones that I can think of, but there's little videos, encouragement videos, affirmation videos. That could be therapy. Affirmation videos are really good. Something that just constantly beats it to your head that you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are pretty. Words really mean a lot. You know, they say sticks and stones don't break my bones, words will never hurt. Yes, words can hurt, but words can also heal you. They can heal the spirit. Affirmation videos are really good to use. You can Google it, YouTube it, they're everywhere. But I'm not a depression expert. People think it's medical. People think it's all in your head. I think it's a mix of both, but I feel like it can be treated. So if you know you have depression or triggering issues, you need to treat it. If you're not treating it and you're just running around telling everybody you're depressed, you're down, and you're not doing anything about it, that is on you. Okay? If you have a clear conscience, you are able-bodied, and you feel like you are depressed or have triggering problems again, and you're not taking the steps to treat it, doesn't mean you have to go pay hundreds of dollars for therapy, but if you're not changing your circle, because if you were the only human on earth, the only human in this universe, you would not be depressed. You would not experience depression. If you were the only human on this earth, you would not experience depression if you weren't exposed to other people. Because I feel that depression is caused by the energy from other people around us, our influences, what we look at on social media that's been beaten to our brains, making us feel like we're not beautiful enough, we're not smart enough, we're not tall enough, we're not cultured enough. It just makes us feel like we're not good enough. The friends around us, the family, your mom and your dad could be a negative influence on you if you do unfortunately have parents like that. It's the people around us. So if you're not trying to adjust your circle with your parents, I'm assuming you're watching this video, you're at least somebody who's out the house, hopefully, pursuing your own thing. So if you're out there and you have friends that you feel, if you feel like a tiny bit in your soul that a friend in your circle is just not doing it for you, you need to change your circle. If you're not acting on that, it's on you. Because if you're letting that bullet just stay in that wound and not taking it out, it's going to infect your soul. Okay, act on it. If you're watching this video, you just have a small inclination that, dang, there's this small thing I feel like I need to change it. Because if you can watch this video, you are definitely privileged to watch this on a smartphone. Or if you are watching on somebody else's phone, you have friends that are privileged, because there's a majority of people on this earth that cannot watch this video. They have no access to electricity resources. So let that be something that could kind of boost your spirits, that you're doing a lot better than more than half of the people on this earth. That being said, check on your strong friends, check on your, I guess if you call them weak friends, check on all your friends. Call. Picking up the phone and calling can make a difference. It can save a life, because you never know what people are going through. And if you call somebody on some good stuff. Like, don't be calling people and saying, hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing fine. By the way, I need a favor. Just call, check on them, wish them well. And we're in the holiday season, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and goodbye. Have a good year. That's all you need to do. Short 5-minute conversation could change a lot. In the case of Stephen Boss, aka Twitch, this was a very unfortunate event. Wishing him and his family recovery and prayers, because this is not tough. He was very young and he had a beautiful family that he left behind. And it's very sad. You never know what someone's going through. Check on you and be friendly to people. Be friendly to people. When people are mean to you, yeah, you can go off on somebody, cuss them out. You can make whatever. Be friendly to people, because the people that are dogging you now, you never know. When you show them kindness, they may end up working for you in the future. They may end up being your best friend in the future. I mean, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, right? If y'all watch Dragon Ball Z, remember Goku? Most of his closest friends, his comrades, they all used to try to kill him. Piccolo tried to kill him. Vegeta tried to kill him. Krillin tried to always show him up and was envious of him. Tien tried to kill him. Yao Su tried to kill him. You know, everybody tried to kill him. But then at the end of the day, he always showed them kindness and mercy, and they ended up using their best efforts to work alongside him to fight a greater good. So I don't know. That's just crazy. That's why I like Dragon Ball Z. But that being said, God bless y'all. Rest in peace to Stephen Boss, aka Twitch. Please like and subscribe to this video. I have another video that is similar to this, pertaining to the Green Ranger, Jason, David, Frank. Y'all go ahead and check that out. Have a great Christmas. Check on your friends and wish them a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. I'm telling you, you could be the one that can make a difference. Don't text. Pick up that phone and call. It's your boy DJ K, and I'm out. Yee! Bye!